what is this?
I think because we wind up like recapping our day and talking about things that are on our mind, and we discuss what the rest of the week is going to look like, what we have on our agenda. I feel like those conversations, it always happens when the boys are right when we put the boys to sleep, and it's like this quiet hour, right?
It's the come down.
Yeah. I think it's helpful to
Rehash.
and talk about like what's bothering me or what I'm thinking about with the boys and stuff.
It's mostly you dumping on me.
Yeah.
No,
No. A little bit.
mostly.
Yeah. Especially Sunday nights leading up to the week. We're just like you start clicking into work mode. Thinking about work. You check your calendar. You get those little scaries. And then
Big time Sunday scaries. Routines.
like not having a routine or trying to find a routine. Even though there's like set things with the boys, like Audie needs to eat, and that's like one of the weird things about being a parent. Like there's some things like I forget to eat, or I won't eat. Like Audie, the boys have to eat.
Yeah.
Audie has to sleep.
Yep.
They're just like non-negotiables that he has to go through each day. And like sometimes it's hard to hold on to that as a routine. Even though it's what I crave, it's like still feel like Groundhog's Day, right?
Yeah. Well, and there's so many leaps, and like every month is a new regression.
Yeah.
And even though he's now 18 months plus, it's it gets a little easier, but it doesn't become consistent, I think, until well, we don't even know what consistent is yet with a 3-year-old.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. Yeah, I get that. I think it's funny, when I was working from home or on maternity leave, like I loved the idea of being like, okay, well, we don't know what we're gonna do today. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I know that we have those staples, right? Like no matter what, we'll map the day around the sleeping, the eating, walking, whatever. But day in and day out, it's if you can't set your watch to some things, it becomes really difficult.
Yeah.
I feel like the older they get, the harder it becomes, because then there's more things you have to then squeeze into those parameters of like, you have to, the non-negotiables, right? And it's like, well, are they getting enough stimulation? Are they, how much is too much screen time versus how much, reading time? And luckily with Audie, he loves to read, and
yeah, he does.
We really screwed that up with the first one, but the second one.
I mean, we didn't read to Denny at night like we do, but we had like more of a routine, like
we did. I was really,
our room,
yeah.
got him, like laid him down, we wiped him down, like so like why he didn't have the reading part, like he still had a really good routine.
He had one book a night.
Yeah.
But Audie has multiple books.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. So they're just different, right?
Yeah. Then he also needed, sorry to interrupt you, but then he like also needed to be put down, like
yeah.
Not like that. Yeah, I like that. He needed to be put down, god damn it. He needed to be soothed, like rocked to sleep, for a while, right?
Yeah.
And
a long time. Yeah. And Audie definitely is more independent in that. But they're different kids. And that's, if I had one piece of advice for people who are, considering having multiple and are nervous about that, it's like each kid is going to be different. Each need is going to be different. And I think it's very true what they say of like, no, kids can grow up in the same house, but they don't have the same parents because they don't have the same needs. And same goes for kids, right? Like we have two very different kids, and their needs are very different, and so we parent them very differently, right? And
it's still like a shocker, like just little things you expect that you expect from the second one, like to sit in the rocker and have a waddle, like I miss that.
I know.
Like one, it was just so cute. Two, it was just made it so much easier.
Yeah.
He would just scoot back, plop it, waddle, put the blanket on him,
Yep.
And Whereas Audie, it can
It's
be
like feeding a calf.
yeah.
You gotta walk
Yeah,
over
exactly.
him.
We like calf, I guess. So thinking about all that stuff, and then comes to like Denny's first bad word like that.
Oh yeah,
That I
that's
had
been the
such a
recent.
hard time with that because it just was like, I mean, there's so many mixed emotions with that, right? Like he's like, you're realizing he's that much older and more receptive, and now he's really he's now has an understanding what bad words are. Just the fact that he, like, his little innocent virgin ears heard that, like, kills me.
Well, yes, like knowing that somebody else influenced him to hear that and know that it's, like a no.
Yeah.
And that wasn't something that we can control. I mean, that's just such a
Yeah.
heartbreak of parenthood, right? And sending your kid to school or sending your kid to like play with other kids. You just can't control the
Yeah.
influence. As innocent as it may be, like there's always going to be one bad
Some level of
apple.
exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you reel that in? And I think we've been doing a really good job with him over the last couple days, coaching him of like, help us tell, asking the same questions over and over again to see if his story changes and not putting pressure on him, not putting him on the spot, but like having it weave into his conversations with us.
Yeah.
And I think it makes it less threatening and it helps him think through it a little more of like, well, where did I hear this? Is that okay? And now him having like from yesterday to today telling us, I don't say that, I say this instead. And it's like you can tell the connection is there from, him realizing that that's not something that we like and we want him to say. And, what I'm really, again, heartbroken about the situation, but I think what I'm really proud of is the fact that he told us multiple times in probably a probing way of saying like, how far can I push this? Can I get away with this? Or what do they think about this?
Yeah.
Right? Like
You talk about when he asked you?
when he asked me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he to say GD?
Yeah. So the first word that he had said to us was the F word.
Yeah.
And then a little while later, probably like an hour and a half later, he asked if he could say, God damn it. And we were mind blown by that because sad. But really proud that
This was such a shock.
like honestly, we don't say that stuff.
There was so many like, because what happened before that, like where he was, it just there was like so many emotions going into that and saying that like it didn't feel real, honestly.
I know.
I felt like
it escalated very fast.
Yeah. It's like Christmas story. But because he was slow, he's like,
yeah. And at first we were like, what?
Yeah, wait, what did you say? We thought it was like when he said another word, though, maybe it was shit or something like that. We thought he said something like, but he was saying something else, right?
Yeah.
He was mispronunciating.
Yeah. Yeah, he full on said it.
Yeah. He's been really good about it.
Yeah, I can tell he doesn't want to keep saying it.
Yeah.
He did try to say it earlier when we were reading a book before bed, but I didn't really give any attention to it and he moved right along. He's like, just shook his head like, you could tell he was thinking like,
Yeah.
So.
That's good. That seemed like, I feel like that's showing
such a tremendous amount of growth.
Yeah, like a level of confidence too.
Definitely.
Like,
Yeah, and just like comfort in telling us that is the number one goal, I think, that I want for these kids outside of being emotionally healthy and happy and secure and spiritually sound and things like that, like confident. I want them to always know that they trust us in everything and there's nothing off limits to talk to us about, and that's like a number one, if not two, goal of mine with these kids, and like those are my non-negotiables, right?
Yeah.
Knowing that this is a safe place and we'll always be able to, like, no judgment.
Yeah, and
little
showing them
judgment,
that
but
they like never yeah, that they never lie to us,
yeah,
you know.
exactly. Yeah.
So you have like I feel like you have that with your parents, and it's just you know what I mean, like
Well, there's just like no worry. And
yeah,
I think what it is, we're not worried about disappointing them because they've shown us so much grace. And again, I think a lot of that has to do with like growing up with us.
mm-hmm,
Like we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly on both sides, us with them and them with us. That they've shown us so much love through all of our seasons, and there have been some very bad seasons, that it just shows that there's no amount of situation or no amount of disappointment that we could ever give them
yeah,
that would change that.
mm-hmm,
And there's a lot of freedom in that, in the sense of you could just show up as you are, you
yeah,
know? And so there's no pressure to like pretend
mm-hmm,
or lie or, you know,
yeah,
it just is like, that's what I want for them. I want our boys to be like authentic enough with us that we know who they are, they know who they
mm-hmm.
are, and they don't feel pressured to pretend to be somebody else.
Oh, yeah, like when Danny was saying, "No, fine, just okay." See,
Yeah,
so yeah, like it's just
exactly.
he, you know,
He wasn't trying to copy his friend
yeah,
anymore at that point,
mm-hmm,
and he was just like, yeah, I don't need to say this.
yeah, it's so cute, just like his little confidence coming
Yeah,
through like that, right?
yeah. And
Feels
I think that,
secure, right?
yeah, definitely secure. And I think that's because we talked to him about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And I remember you're like, oh, should we keep talking about it, or should we just not give any attention to it? And I think that actually was a good coaching moment for you.
yeah. So I went and sat next to Danny to listen.
Yeah.
Coach,
Yeah. You're like, let's not give any attention to it. And I was like, no, we need to.
there was like a Michael Scott moment where because I was like, yeah, I think we should just not say anything. We should just
Yeah,
ignore it.
exactly.
What his ass.
Yeah,
Maybe we should just not say anything and just ignore it and see.
exactly. You're like, basically, sweep the whole thing under the
Put our heads
rug.
in the sand.
Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But
Shit.
I think that that's a really good example of maybe how you grew up versus how I
Yeah.
grew up, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't always like that for me. We weren't always like, oh, every situation, let's talk about it head on. But I think enough of it where it really mattered
Yeah.
to know that these are shaping moments, right?
Yeah.
They feel little, but they obviously hold a big effect.
Yeah.
Look at the last 2 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing went down in like 3 days. So
Yeah.
the 6 different steps of like, what is it, like 5 to 7 stages of grief? Like
Yeah.
we went through that whole thing in
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah. Seriously. You know what? You know something too that my mom said at the party yesterday. Because I told you how they went to Santa Cruz, right?
Mhm.
So when I was younger, like my dad worked with somebody who had a beach house on it was Highway 1 essentially, right, overlooking a really nice beach house. And we stayed there, I think a couple summers, maybe 2 summers, for like a week or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, this guy was a colleague of my dad's. And so my mom said that in this past weekend, we went to or whatever, they went to Santa Cruz. They were driving by. They're like, yeah, she's like, we drove by Ed's house, and she's like, oh, all the memories there. And then she said, we saw Ed taking the trash outside. And I was like, I told Jim, she's like, I told Dad, like, go talk to him, And my dad said, oh no, I don't want to talk to him. And she had told me that he didn't want to go talk to Ed because Ed was got mad at him one time because my dad didn't put him on the panel of lawyers that my dad like directed, right?
Mhm.
Because apparently it was some kind of like for whatever reason, something's too many white guys on the panel or something stupid reason. But whatever, regardless of that, my dad thought he was still mad at him or something like that and didn't want to go talk to him. My mom was like, he probably doesn't even remember that. And she's right, because that was close to 20 years ago.
Mhm.
I don't think he would care. And like Ed and my dad worked together for a long time. And so I just thought that was so like, when she told me that, like I saw myself, like that's probably how I would react. I know that's how I've reacted. And I just thought, I mean, my dad's in his mid-70s, and something like that still bother him, you know? And so, yeah, I just was like,
He associates his worth with somebody else by one probably insignificant
yeah,
blip in time,
yeah,
but that holds so much power over him.
yeah. She's like, he probably would have had us come inside. She's like, I would have loved that. Like, like that would have been, like therapeutic, I think, for my mom, right? Because she's super nostalgic. And, yeah, I just thought that was really like interesting. Like, what are the odds that they just happen to be driving by and he's taking the trash out,
See, I think of things like that all the time as like, this is the universe giving you subtle signs of like, things like that don't just happen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your parents haven't been to Santa Cruz in how long? Years.
Yeah.
And they happen to see this guy
Like 15, 20
on a
years.
one trip that they happen to be, and who knows if they'll ever even go back, right?
Yeah.
And so you can't tell me that that isn't a sign from somebody, right? Or something.
To like amend something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to not even that. I think that we are constantly given tests or whatever you want to call them, right? Like minor obstacles to either change our course, whether it's a thought process, a personality trait, whatever, right? To push us in a different direction that either helps us grow or moves past things, whatever. And those are missed opportunities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of what? A grudge that he thinks somebody may be holding.
Yeah, right. He probably cooked up in his own head.
100% overthinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's such an epidemic on people.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that, I hope that we're able to instill in our kids the wherewithal to acknowledge things like that don't have to hold so much power over you.
Yeah.
And you can totally take your own ownership in situations like that. I mean, like, what's the worst that guy's gonna do? Throw the fucking trash out the car? Like,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen,
Pull out a crowbar out of the trash.
Exactly.
Just keeps going, big puller.
Scary movie hat. Yeah.
Burial's ninja swords.
I mean, it's just crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I really do think that we're all given these tests, and maybe it's coincidence, but
Yeah.
it's up to him, right?
Yeah. Just the timing of it that alone was significant, I think,
Well, I think that, the plus side of you having very similar traits that you may or may not like, obviously not like in this situation, as your parents, is when you have a kid, I think you can either fall into the same traps of, I was taught this, so I need to act this way,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or not even know, and you just revert back to what you saw in your parents.
Yeah.
Or you can let it heal your inner child and automatically say, like, I didn't have this, and I recognize that my kid needs this, so I get to be the one now to give them that.
Yeah.
And there's like some healing in
properties
that.
with that, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the control that you can take back there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, it's like you're able to learn alongside.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's so funny. That was a teaching moment for me too.
It totally was.
Yeah.
And I saw it 100 miles away. And you're like, oh yeah, let's just not give it attention. I was like,
You know what? I don't think we should say it.
Yeah, I really just think we should let it go.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can come back tomorrow and call us a bitch. Okay.
Yeah. That's a whole new set of
Yeah, exactly. Start slinging words like,
I don't want this fucking shit.
yeah,
I don't want to go to fucking school.
fuck school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting though that I mean, we have a mystery, and then you're like, wait a second, there's two Rileys in that class, or that he's had, that he's been around. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's just all of it is just, you know, what everybody tells you is this stuff happens so fast.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's 3, and so we're like, this fast? Yeah, this fast, right? Exposure happens. And so it's just what you do with it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the more I think about it, the more listening to you talk about it, about, like you said, the exposure part, right? It feels, it's like a first, or different type of exposure to danger, like exposure to a different type of danger, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's just like he's out in the wild, right?
Mhm.
Experiencing that, what we deem as danger.
Yeah.
And then it's just like you said, coaching him through it, making him feel secure to have his own perspective and understanding of it,
Yeah.
make his own decision. Like, yeah, like I don't need to say those things.
Yeah. And he's such a good-natured kid that he really isn't,
He really is.
like he wasn't even attached to it. It was more so like the shock factor that he was looking to get out of us. And, once we kind of talked him through that of like, we don't say that,
Yeah.
you don't have to say that.
Mm-hmm.
He was totally like, okay, yeah, I don't want to say that,
Yeah. Right.
And I think it would be different if he were, I don't know, gravitating more towards saying it because, you know, he wasn't trying to get a rise out of us, but because he's just attached to it and attached to the feelings maybe that he gets with it. That would be a harder situation. And
Mm-hmm.
sure, there's going to be things that come up, hopefully not soon, that are, those feelings come out. But I think that as much as obviously he trusts us and he trusts our judgment and wanting to talk to us and be open with us, I think he sees vice versa. Like
Yeah.
what I love about our kids is like, and I think it's probably all young kids or maybe it never stops, but their minds are very curious, but they are very secure. Like they're very emotionally happy. And I think that that provides a level of, I don't need all this other stuff to fill up my time or my brain. And, like they don't gravitate. Like when there's bad kids around, there's always one or two at some party or function. They just like, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't gravitate towards those bad kids.
Mhm.
I mean, sometimes they don't like, completely get away from them like we would want, but they don't copy the behavior,
Yeah.
And that's, I think, very telling of their, like I said, wherewithal of like, I shouldn't really be doing that,
Yeah. There was moments at the party where, Denny would like just have a look of, like he was enamored with Jay. Right. And, I don't know, I was worried he might be too impressionable. Right.
Yeah, but that's definitely in that age with those older kids, right?
Yeah, that's what
Local celebrities.
when his teacher when Tabitha said that today, when she was like out with her, all her kids there. I was like, yeah. And yeah, she asked how old, and she's like, yeah, they're easily, they look up to them.
100%. Yeah.
So yeah, it ties into on the playground, that limited interaction he has with that older kid, right?
Well, we debunked that today. There is no older kid.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think there's a perception. I think Denny, he probably views that class as like older kids. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's larger.
Yeah.
Right. So I think.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So he just views that as like, that older.
Mm-hmm.
It's like far as, the upper class,
Mm-hmm.
then you feel like a little sophomore. There's like the senior kids are out there playing, right?
impressionable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they're very, I think the other thing that works against Denny is he is such an empath, right? And so that can work with a variety of emotions. Mostly
Yeah.
it's sad, right? But I think, empaths are by proxy super impressionable because they just completely absorb the feelings of people around them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do think, like I said before, he's very secure and he's very like, he knows, good versus bad and right versus wrong for as much as a 3-year-old could. But he's not immune to being
Mm-hmm.
to people having impressions on him and especially older kids. Like with Chase, he's obsessed with Chase, right? And
Yeah.
it's just the way it goes,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Which is why we have such strict boundaries on the kids and who's around them. And I mean, it's really important. These learning years, and
Yeah.
I mean, those are part of my non negotiables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like ours, I think, as parents, we just know.
For like, and that I think that part about how important these younger years are, like adds a layer of stress to it for me, is I just feel like Danny now knows these bad words, like knows of the bad words. That's my initial reaction. Was like, let's just ignore it, pretend it's not there, right? Because it's just um how much influence these younger years have, right? That just was any kind of hiccup like that or like blip in his development, even though this is part of it. Like in hindsight now, I can look back on it, yeah, but initially, like it just, yeah, it was hard to deal with.
Yeah. Well, but again, I think what's important about these learning years and them happening now in such a, curious time for him is we are giving him the tools as we talk through it and things like that to, you know, have the resources he needs to recognize when something similar pops up again and already feeling like I know what to do or I already know how I feel
Yeah.
about this versus not talking about it or, like, oh, let's just wait to get the next one, it's not a
Mm-hmm.
big deal. And then it starts compounding on each other, right? And
Yeah.
so I don't like it any more than you do, but having these as more teachable moments for him is really giving him the tools. Like, I hate the phrase exposure therapy, but
Yeah.
at least we're able to talk to him and it kind of reinstates for him the importance of talking to us
Mm-hmm.
about it. And so that's as early as we can to like ingrain that in them is so important for safety, for everything, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so I feel like we're doing a good job with that.
Yeah.
Like they talk to us about everything. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to worry about Denny not talking enough, and now I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. There will be more,
Mm-hmm.
lots more.
I emailed that recruiter, not the one from today, but the crazy one from today, the one from my last interview. I emailed her last week, asking for an update because it had been like 5 days.
Uh,
Sent another one last night, or maybe this morning, and was just like, "Hey, any update? Hello," and got like this cheesy, like short, "Hey, we're going with other candidates." Not even like just, "Yeah, we're pursuing other candidates. Thanks." And
wow.
I kind of had I had a hunch, right? But it's easy to generalize when you like instances, and so when I don't get a response right away, um, I kind of just get it in my head. But then this time, I don't know whether it's true or not, but still, it's super frustrating. But I've been trying to like just trust the process with it. Like it wasn't meant to be. It didn't pay that well. It was probably the commute probably would have sucked.
Yeah. That's the overall lesson, test, whatever you want to call it, right? Of the season of life that we're in is, I think for both of us, is let go.
Yeah.
Right? Don't try to control every aspect of every situation that you're in. Right? Control what you can and let go of what you can't and just blind faith it. Right? I think that's that's definitely not your strong suit in that stuff, where you either think you do really well or you want an answer regardless right away.
Yeah.
And there could be a million things going on, right? You always assume the worst. And when you don't get what you want, you kind of go on a like pick me type of thing, and maybe that turns them off, maybe not, right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't know, right? But I
I
think
don't know, maybe, but
I've definitely seen situations where you've been able to hold off and like just wait to hear, but you definitely get in your own head regardless. And you need to just like, whatever will be, will be.
yeah.
Right. And that's, I know I'm preaching the choir here. Like, I can't do that. I haven't been doing that in my life. But I'm curious what we will get back if we start trusting in the process. Right. And these are really good tests for you to go through because you really don't have any control.
Yeah.
Anyways, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I guess it's just hard to not let your mind wander because there's no feedback, right?
Yeah, of course. Especially if you think you did really well.
Exactly. Yeah. And what's so funny is like, I say that almost every time. Yeah, it went really well. It's like, I either get completely ghosted or, automated email or like, no thanks.
It's too much.
No, you
Too
didn't.
soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could just be like disheartening and frustrating because when I get so excited about it, you put so much stock into it,
Yeah, I mean, naturally, right? Anyone going through an interview process, you click really well. First interviews, you feel great, feel pumped. They say that you're a great fit. I mean, it's like natural for you to want to like start envisioning yourself already being a part of the crew. And so you're like, all right, well, how can we speed this along? And
yeah, right.
but it's just such a different market right now. Things are so saturated across the board.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's like no man's land out there, and so I think it's even more so trust the process. Don't be a pick me girl, even though I think you should be your biggest cheerleader. Like, you never know. A lot of these companies, they're just like dummy interviewing, and they have no intention of hiring or filling their recs.
Yeah.
And they're just keeping the pipe warm, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Or they have an internal candidate.
exactly. They're checking the box for equity or, to keep an equitable
approach to it. Right?
Fair.
Yeah. Which is crazy when you think about it. It's like
standard.
trying to like cover their own ass on one side, and then in turn doing something that can be just as shitty, right? Just as unfair, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's
Well, what would be unfair about that, though?
well, if they're going under it with the
I mean, if they already
know,
in
yes,
line,
and they're doing it so that they can
check the box
and say, this was an open rec.
Yeah.
We interviewed other candidates.
External.
Yeah. All, for. So it's just like a way for them to skate by those checks and balances, right? That laws are put in place for, right?
Yeah.
So that's what makes it like frustrating. Even more so, it's like they're we're skating by at the expense of, people.
People's time.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, it's not right. But that's showbiz.
Yeah. Yeah, it still just frustrates the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't, I have such a, axe to grind with people who, recruiters that don't get back to me.
Yeah, you do.
Many recruiters, but
You're going to start a do not, what is it? Like a glass door for
yeah, I was
companies with their recruiting process.
Yeah, I was doing one. There was this website, this AI service where you
Rate my recruiter.
pay for credits. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And it was yeah, it would just tell them if you're talking to ChatGPT. It was like Claude, I think, on the back end, but yeah, talking to Claude and saying what this, and it would write the code for you. It's pretty crazy. But I kept paying like roadblocks, and then using the free credits but
showing you ads for Roblox.
yeah. If you want to continue, add $5. But it was yeah, just like the Carvana one,
Yeah.
that drives me insane to spend time interviewing. Most of it's obviously virtual, but like there have been times where I've even gone on site,
Yeah.
and been ghosted. Yeah. I'll leave as soon as I leave the office, I hear the door closed, locked.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Spirit sign on the wall.
yeah, well, it's closed.
Yeah. Spirit Halloween's moving in.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just it's frustrating.
It is frustrating. I think especially for a lot of people who have been out of work or like not in the game for a while, and then they come back to an absolutely insanely overcrowded, overpopulated talent pool, right? Of people that are trying to all fight for the same roles, way overqualified, right, for these roles, but they have to do what they have to do, right? I mean, it's just.
Oh yeah, all these these roles that require they're overqualified for. It's almost like any role now has become like highly coveted. People are like breaking the door down just to get that
Yeah, exactly. Entry role.
Yeah.
Should we get one of those nano robots in here?
Nano what?
Robots?
What's that?
I think that's what they're called. Nano or No Man? I can't remember. Oh, Neo. A Neo robot.
What is that?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's a full life-size robot that people can buy to come start doing chores in their house.
Oh, Neo's the brand.
Yeah.
The one that Neo is making cars, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
So like Figure. Yeah. It's like total bicentennial man, right?
Like iRobot. Yeah.
Yeah, or like iRobot. Yeah.
Yeah. And their ad video, the one that I saw a couple, but the one that I liked was the Neo was trying to help a kid do his homework, and he wasn't into it, the kid. And the Neo was like, okay. And the mom came over and she's getting frustrated, and she said to the Neo, why aren't you making him do his homework? Why aren't you helping him? She said, you need to make sure that he's doing these things.
Robot kills her.
And the robot said, you want me to parent him? And she said, yeah. And he said, that's your job.
That's funny. Sounds like an SNL skit.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'd love for one to come in and help with some of the housework, but not at the expense of my family.
Yeah. What? It's not getting done. I did 4 loads of laundry today. Dishes and vacuuming. Wow, it was cloudy and bullshitty out.
Yeah. We're very impacted by the weather.
Yeah. Between, I think, 3 poopy diapers with Audie,
Between
those stress me out so much. He's gonna go.
He's awful.
He's so difficult with changing. Diaper. He hates being changed. And he goes through like waves too, where like he just I've been trying to like draw a correlation between that and his eating, right? Because his eating is slowed down, right? But his bowel movements, like he'll go through like some days he was going up to 3 or 4 diapers, like pooping 3 or 4 times a day. And then he would go like once. He would sometimes skip a day, right? And yeah, I don't know if it was like, if those were growth spurts he was going through, the peaks and valleys are much more pronounced than they were with Denny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's just like all milestones with him probably because of Denny, like having an older sibling, right?
Yeah.
I think that he's doing things much faster, and it's making us see. I think it's helping us forecast for what's to come, which also, with Denny, everything was like so new, and it's like, oh, we've never been through this before. I've never been through it. With Audie, it's like, okay, oh wow, we're already here, and
yeah.
The peaks and valleys of Audie are it's just all meadows. It's our little angel baby.
I still love that name too.
Meadow.
Meadow, yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Are you nervous about the procedure?
No. It's pretty
Yeah,
easy.
straightforward and simple, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the idea of a catheter, but
yeah,
I've been through it multiple times.
That's what they're going to use for the saline, right? Yeah.
Just be peeing.
It's probably just a different level of comfort compared to when you would have to get the, you have to drink like a gallon and a half of water. What was that called, that procedure? Where you would have to drink a lot of water and they would rub, put that thing on your belly.
Every ultrasound when you're pregnant?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's way different.
Yeah. So.
Way, way, way different. This catheter is actually going to hurt.
Yeah.
That stuff hurts, but in a different way. That's like pressure. This is like internal.
That's what I mean.
Pressure. Yeah. And, yeah, it'll just be sore. It'll feel like with both kids getting, induced, they tried the Foley method, which is called a Foley balloon, before they did the Pitocin. And
I remember that, yeah.
They go in through a catheter and basically put water in, and a big balloon fills up inside you.
Yeah.
To help pop your water.
Crazy.
And with the first one, she did way too much, and they had to like stop and get all the water out.
Yeah.
Drowning up to my freaking eyeballs.
Yeah.
Go through so much. While you just slept about 5.
So bored there. A lot of waiting time.
Let's get the show on the fucking road. Yeah. Yeah.
Any day now.
Well, I was really thankful to not have back labor the second time, but the first time was just unbearable.
Yeah, sure. It feels like a lifetime ago.
I think back to that whole labor often, and I think about how we were really in a shitty time with it being fresh off of COVID. There was a lot of things that weren't in place. We still had a ton of traveling nurses. Almost all of our nurses were not, that wasn't their home nurse, home hospital. And, it being during a holiday, so they didn't know where to put us. They lost us.
Yeah.
And it just was we were not set up the way we should have been, which made me go into hyper mode the second time of making sure we had everything we needed, even though it was at a completely different hospital in a completely different city.
It was such smooth sailing the second time, though.
Oh my gosh. I felt like that's why I sent you home. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. Like checked into a resort. Like it was just the
oh my gosh,
consistent staff.
Oh yeah.
Everything was great, right?
Yeah, we got people that were super dedicated, and I think that's because we're just like super easygoing and nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember it was like 2 a.m. I had already sent you home after I delivered Audie. And Yeah, one of the nurses came in to check on me, and I was, like, packing my bag, and she's like, "What are you doing out of bed?" And I was like, "I'm fine, I feel great." And she was like, "Oh, yeah, this definitely isn't your first." And she's like, "I can't even believe it's your second." And I was like, I mean, I had such a bad
I'm still here. Bye.
That's what I was like, I'm packing 'cause I'm, like, ready to go.
Yeah.
And I just told her, like, "I can't believe we had such a horrible experience the first time."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not even horrible, just it wasn't ideal.
Yeah, but it was long too. I mean, it was 4 days, 3 nights. It's a long time,
Yeah.
right? It was almost 4 full days, right?
Mhm.
It's a long time.
Yeah, we were so ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that felt like forever. Coming up on 4 years.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be fine. We shall be there again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Like you, I'm excited to see how the appointment goes, right?
Yeah.
Get some more answers, hopefully some direction.
Mhm.
I think it helps to not put that pressure on ourselves, right?
Yeah, well, it's
Like
just
your
one more
boss
thing,
said,
like,
right?
we can't control it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing all that we can,
Mm-hmm.
and everything else, like, we have to let go,
Yeah.
lean in, put out that energy,
Mm-hmm.
see what we get back.
Yeah.
To wrap it,
Yeah. I'm going to it.
mhm,
Yeah, it feels late. I don't know what time it is either.
it's 9:30. It's that
Oh, yeah,
close,
right
right?
there. That's fun though.
Yeah. T To be continued.
Mhm.